I get a good shot. See where we can get this going at. Kind of rough when I can't see the camera, but we'll see how it works. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been getting up to. Doing some little small milling stuff. It's a bunch of the cedar trees that have been falling around here because of, I don't know, I think it's carpenter ants that are eating the roots out from them anyhow. So I've been cutting down some of the pieces. You can see what they do to some of it when they get inside it, but well, so other sides are still pretty good. But some planking, I need to use them to make my bar. So I got a little bar in there in the family room. I'm going to tear apart and rebuild it. It's just so tiny, but it's got so much space. I want to rebuild it. I want to use all this cedar that's on the property to do it with. So I've been practicing on some of the edges of the stuff that's been kind of tore up, or I got some bigger stuff. A bunch of small stuff here, but I do have some bigger, more of these cut logs, and then some actually long pieces too that I can do. But anyhow, so that's what I want to do to make my bar, build my bar with, and stuff like that. So a lot of different ideas going through my head and how I want it to look, but ultimately that's what the goal of all this stuff here is. So I thought I'd show you just a little bit of how I attempt to mill this. Using a saw that's probably underpowered for it. Chain's pretty good. I realized and learned recently that my sharpening process is rudimentary at best. I mean, it cuts real well, it's sharp, but it could cut a lot better, especially for what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna cut a little planks, and then I'm gonna go try to sharpen it the way I've recently been learning from YouTube. University of YouTube, as I like to call it. But anyhow, so that's what I'm gonna do. Give you a little view of that, see what you think. Something with my trigger guard. that last little bit right there. Really good cut. Getting a lot better. Still some waves and stuff. And one side's still thicker than the other, so obviously got some work to do on my balancing and control of the blade. But it's actually one of my better ones. Definitely not my worst, so kind of like that. I think I'm admitting not my worst. I hope you guys see this. Clearly dogged this up pretty bad. This underside's just a mess, but this top side is just simply beautiful. So I really like this red cedar. It's gorgeous. So, but this is one of the big thick logs that I've done. This is the most recent side I cut off. It's a little thick. This is what I wanted it to be, but down there it gets almost, not quite double, but close. So you can see that. See, it gets pretty thick. But anyhow, that's what I've been doing. So I got an ugly cut right there. Made a kind of a jab in there. A little bit bad. What we'll do is backwards. Oh, there's that piece. I knew I had a small wedge would help balance. There we go. Probably should be securing it a little bit better, but it's such a small piece that my saw's not all that strong, so it's not gonna like rip it out and shoot it at me or anything like that. It's just a little 30cc one. Not even a 16. Oh, it's a 16-inch bar, but only got like 14.5 inches of cutting. The only problem with this kind of setup is, man, it's rough on my back. Too old for that kind of bending over, but boy, do I like cutting it. Not just the smell of the cedar, but it's fun to do. But a wee bit thin. I'm not sure if I can use that one. It's got some ugly dead sections. See how thin I'd have to go to get rid of it. I'll have to cut that whole end off there, but it looks like there's some more here in the middle. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, might get rained on before I get too much done. But like upset with like the fact that I'm cutting some of this worm or this bug eating stuff, because it's good practice and I do get a couple good pieces out of it. But I'm kind of practicing for the bigger logs that I've got that I know are better, not in that kind of condition. So when I get down to cutting them up, hopefully I have a better proficiency with this. I'm keeping cut straights, and there's all sorts of little tricks I know people will say about running a chalk line, or there's all sorts of rigs you can build, but I like the idea of trying to do it freehand. I don't know, we've got to start with the hardest thing first, I guess. But it's fun. That's all that matters to me. I'm worried about making my time frame for January or June to get this thing built, end of June. Just because I'm doing slow about cutting this stuff up. Once I get it cut, it goes pretty quick. You know, I plane it a little bit, decide whether or not I'm gonna, what pieces are gonna go where, and then just start putting it together. Of course, I got to build the frame first, but tear the old one out, build the frame, and what I want. So, but I just thought I wanted to show off that. Tell me what you think. It just looks pretty. Well, that wonderful sawdust. Celeste wants me keeping it out. I'm gonna throw it on that barrel. That's what I've been doing, so she can mix it in with her mulch and stuff. But so she can do herb garden back along the back of the house back there. But I got my pool guy coming Sunday to get everything started and running on that thing. But